Welcome back, Pokemon fans. Angel of the Night here. We are back again with Grand Challenge 2025 Part 1, and of course we are getting into battle number 41. Now our opponent here today is going to lead off with an Indeedee and a Sneasler, of course setting up that whole Psychic terrain, and likely having a Psychic Seed onto the Sneasler to boost up the special defense. From there, we do have Amoonguss and Annihilate out onto our side here as well. Now, the Amoonguss, usually what I'll tend to do is I'll usually go for the whole Rage Powder to be able to redirect the moves into the Amoonguss itself. Sneasler, on the other hand, they usually tend to go for like a Tera Dark in some situations. Now, in this situation here, because I have Annihilate out onto the field, I don't believe they're going to go for the Tera Dark. I think I'm going to be safe, but I'm going to try to go in and do a Bulk Up, which is actually going to boost up my attack stat as well as my defensive values. But we're also going to go in for the terrestrialization of Fairy, because I did not want to get hit by any kind of a Psychic type move or a Fairy type move. With the Rage Powder, of course, that is going to redirect everything into the Amoonguss, but if, let's say, for example, the Indeedee had Expanding Force or even a Dazzling Gleam, that could have posed to be an issue as well. But essentially right now I'm going to try to get a bulk up here that's going to be able to boost up all them stats that I had mentioned earlier, and in hopes to actually help us out against that Sneasler or Indeedee later on. Here comes a Psychic type move into the Amoonguss, and of course that's going to be able to pick up the KO, but luckily for us we've already got our boosts up onto the Annihilate, plus as well we're also Fairy. From there, we do have Tauros. We're going to bring in our Firebred Paldean Tauros onto the field here. That does have the ability to hit 2 Pokemon at once, so that is definitely something that I'm going to have to consider. The Intimidate has been put onto the Sneasler, dropping its attack stat, and of course, as you can see, we're going in for the Rock Slide, and as well, we're also going to try to go in for the Drain Punch, I think. And at this point, it's kind of a toss-up between the Indeedee and the Sneasler. Obviously, we do need the Sneasler out, but we are going to go for the Rage Fist. Now, is that the right choice? Probably not, but we do get hit by a Dire Claw. Luckily, we don't get any kind of status inflictions, but we do have the Rage Fist here. Luckily for us, we are able to actually get some damage off onto the Sneasler here. They were able to hit me first, and of course, here is the Trick Room. Now, the Trick Room, of course, might actually play to our advantage here right now, because obviously Sneasler was able to go first before every other Pokemon. Now we are going to get a little bit of leftovers here onto the Annihilate, regaining a little bit of our health, and of course we are going to go for the Rock Slide again, being able to hit 2 Pokemon at once. Now, is Rage Fist really the right choice here the second time around? Likely not, but here is a Psychic coming in from the Indeedee into the Tauros, and unfortunately that does pick up the KO, so no Rock Slide for us, unfortunately. But we do still have Annihilate here, and Annihilate is a huge threat Pokemon. We do get a Drain Punch off onto the Sneasler, and that is able to regain a little bit of health there for us. Now, we do have 2 Pokemon down on our team. Of course, they have the Sneasler out on theirs. We are not looking too good here right now, but hopefully we can actually even the battlefield here in a short time. Here we go with the leftovers, getting a little bit of HP back onto the Annihilate, and of course, the more HP, the better. If we get hit by any kind of a Psychic move, I'm hoping that the Fairy Tera change will actually help us out. We're going to come in here with the Zebstrika, and of course Zebstrika is a pretty awesome Pokemon, but Ursaluna comes in as well, and that's a little bit of an issue because it is a Ground-type Pokemon against my Electric-type. From there, we do have the High Horsepower. We've selected it into Indeedee, and of course we are going to try to get some damage off onto the Ursaluna with the Annihilate here as well. From there, the Ursaluna has gone in for the Protect, and of course Indeedee is going to be able to attack with a Psychic type move. Not going to be able to do very much damage onto the Annihilate, but of course we're also not going to be able to get the Drain Punch off onto the Ursaluna. Ursaluna, of course, protecting, not able to receive any damage this turn. We go for the High Horsepower with the Zebstrika, and we're hurt by a little bit of Rocky Helmet. I'm kind of confused by that, but that's perfectly fine. I guess it is a physical type move after all. But I thought, ground type move was just kind of a ground type situation. I didn't know it was actually like physically the horse hitting it. So anyway, we're going to go in for the High Horsepower here yet again into the Indeedee. And of course, we also have the Drain Punch into the Ursaluna. Here is the Facade coming from Ursaluna into the Annihilate, being able to pick up the KO. And unfortunately for us, we do lose our Annihilate. 2 Pokemon, of course, are no longer in play on my side. Not able to pick up any KOs here in this turn, and of course we get hit by a Psychic under the Psychic terrain. That's going to be able to do some serious boosted damage. And then of course we get hit by the Rocky Helmet, as well as life orb damage. So that is the end of the game. Unfortunately, it is a loss, but if you guys enjoy, you know what to do. Post your comments, hit that like button, and I will catch you guys next time.